Hey, back again this time to plan out with you what should be the next steps for the AwesomeGCP channel and the certified Q&A. In the last few weeks, I've been releasing a video per weekday on the Associate Cloud Engineer exam in an approach called scenario-based solutioning, which mimics what you would expect to see in a real-world project and of course also on the exam. The feedback from the community has been amazing. People have reached out to me saying that their confidence in GCP is increasing. They're able to answer the questions better and also apply Google Cloud to their customer projects because they just understand it better at a conceptual level. That's absolutely amazing. And it encourages me also to do more of these. But in doing more of these and going to the next step, I do want to balance it out with the feedback that I received and also with my availability and time. One of the primary questions that have come to me at meetups that I go to and places where I've spoken is people coming up to me and asking, when am I going to release the videos for the remaining exams? Well, actually, no, they've not asked when I'm going to release it. They've been much nicer about it. They've always been very nice. And the question more often is whether I'm going to do videos for the remaining exams. And my answer always has been yes, but I don't know exactly when. And that's because these videos are taking a large amount of time to prepare. When I first started off, I made an estimate saying, I expect these videos to take about a day to complete, but that was a severe underestimate. Today I'm seeing that each of these videos take upwards of 2 days on average. Where does this time go? I've put in a few notes so that I don't forget some of these. The majority of the time goes in research and slide preparation. I go to a reasonable amount of depth on each topic. I make my own diagrams that not only explain the concept better, as opposed to if you just read the documentation, but it also impresses on your mind much stronger, which means recall is going to be improved. I almost always go through a hands-on myself, either via the console or the G-Cloud command line tool to ensure that things work as is expected. This throws up a few surprises though, because often, sometimes, not often, once in a while, there are questions that are outdated and the features and the solutions have changed a bit, such that some of the questions are not exactly perfect anymore. Once that is done, recording takes a few attempts. Usually, I need to go over it a few times before I can kind of get it right, because I usually want to do it at one stretch so that I can reduce the amount of editing. If I have to do editing, it takes an inordinately greater amount of time that I cannot afford. And in the process of recording, I find out sometimes that, hey, you know what, there's a gap in the understanding here or in the way I've explained it, and I usually have to go back and redo that part of the slides again. So that takes a few circling back before I kind of get it right. Once that is done, then the process of rendering, editing, and uploading to YouTube takes quite some time, usually about an hour to 2 hours. It's not done then. YouTube itself requires a lot of maintenance because you need to update metadata, you need to change and update end cards. Moreover, there's a considerable amount of time going to subtitling. Today I do some part of the editing myself using some automated tools because the default auto-generated subtitles provided by YouTube does not work very well with technical terms. So I do one part of it myself, then I've paid somebody else to do some of the core editing and send it back to me, which I need to go over once more. So that usually in total takes an hour to 2 hours, not including the time that the other person has spent. It's not done yet because then there is a part about the content creation for the social media in terms of putting up the notes on it and then also interacting with people who respond with questions and notes. All in all, this is taking a large amount of time that I can ill afford. I was able to keep up that cadence of a video per weekday only because I had a bank of about 9 or 10 even before I started. Since then, for example, I'm traveling now, or if I've taken some of my existing commitments, there's no way I can produce new videos. So that is not sustainable. Now, to balance out this request that hey, people want these videos, and then I need to get this out at with a certain regularity, I can't continue this current approach where I go so in depth into all the videos, because if I did that, it's going to be a long time before I get to covering some of these other exams. So for the next set, I'm considering a different approach, which I'm calling a two-pass. In the first pass, I'm going to make it videos that are slightly quicker with lesser detail than there is now. But that approach allows me to cover more of the exams and get that out to you quicker. So that serves people who are attempting a lot of these different exams much quicker than if I took the more elaborate approach. In the second pass, I will do what I'm doing now, where I go more in depth into the details and concepts and explain it more breadth-wise and depth-wise. So that will come a little later, but then it'll have more details in it. That's one part of the approach for now. The second big thing I want to discuss with you is about making this sustainable. With the amount of effort going in right now, it is not really sustainable for me because essentially I'm doing this every waking minute. I would not be able to take up any of the other tasks or generate any kind of income if I just did this. And if you thought YouTube is going to pay for this, it is just not going to happen. Seeing the numbers right now, I do not expect even to be able to start monetization, because there's a threshold to even do that, for many months to come. And even when that happens, I do not expect there to be any kind of reasonable income that matches what I could otherwise make. So this is a considerable net loss for me. And there's no way it is going to sustain if I continue it this way. So I definitely want to do the videos. Now, given that I want to do them, I see two options. Either I raise funds myself from companies for whom this is useful, and then give these videos out to you for free, or I put them behind some kind of paywall and have each individual person pay for these videos as and when they want to use it. My preference is definitely for the former, that I want to keep this open and free for everybody else. But then I'm taking up the onus of raising the funds myself. To that end, I would like your help at this point. If you can connect me to companies that find these videos useful, I would like to talk to, say, the hiring manager or the brand manager to sponsor or advertise on the videos, in return for which I will give a call out. And these videos now being seen by more people and being perpetual, it will have long-term visibility for your company. Moreover, these videos are useful for these companies because instead of them having to pay individually for each person who is learning Google Cloud, you're just going to route some of that money to funding these videos, and you will have it perpetually forever. In return, your name is going to be on the videos with a call out that I'll do, and that gives you brand visibility too. So if I can raise funds like that, then it means that I can keep this sustained and do more of these videos and keep it open for everybody. I would highly appreciate if you connect me to some of these companies, and the kind of companies that I'm seeing that are constantly viewing these videos based on the numbers that I get from LinkedIn are almost every top-notch company that are into software, that are into consulting, and that are either using Google Cloud right now or are migrating to Google Cloud, which happens to be almost every other company. So if you will be able to help me with that, that will be absolutely amazing. And I think there's a lot of value for the company itself in being an advertiser or sponsor. So please reach out to me, and please also reach out to the people in your company who will be able to make the decisions on this. To summarize two key things, in the newer videos, I expect to take a two-pass approach, a quicker first pass and a more elaborate second pass. Also, I definitely need to raise funds if I need to continue to keep this free, so please do help me with that. Meanwhile, thank you for all your support, thank you for all your feedback and your encouragement. I am very happy doing this, and I hope to continue doing this and serving the community very well with these videos. Thank you, and hope to see you all again soon.